Hey, Kitt, good to see you.
You too, Joe. How you been?
Well, I had my wisdom teeth out recently.
I heard. And you feeling better?
For the most part. Where's George?
Well, he read on IMDb trivia that Lily Tomlin would spin around until she got dizzy to get into her airhead character.
So he's spinning around in circles?
Yeah, he'll be here in a...
You should probably go.
I should probably go check on him.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Oh God, there's so much blood!
Welcome to Does This Still Work? The podcast that's always an S. Does this still work? I'm Joe Dixon.
And I'm George Romaka. And today we're discussing Big Business from 1988 and some historical context. First, podcasty stuff. We're excited to announce that we've joined the Creator Accountability Network. CAN is a nonprofit dedicated to reducing harassment and abuse through ethical education and a system of restorative accountability. We joined because we care about the safety and well-being of our community members. If you feel our behavior or content has harmed someone, please report it to CAN, either via the reporting form on their website, creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org, or via their hotline at 617-249-4255. They'll help us make it right and avoid repeating that mistake in the future. CAN also needs volunteers from our communities to help with their work, so if you have skills you think would be helpful, or time and a desire to help, please visit their website to find out how you can volunteer. Most importantly, get the word out to other creators who you think would be interested in getting credentialed. Help us build safer communities together. You can reach us at dtswpod@gmail.com, on Facebook, Letterboxd, and on our YouTube channel. Joe is on Blue Sky at joedixon.bsky.social. Please tell your friends about us, even the ones who somehow manage to be professional mini-golf players? Is that a thing?
Probably.
I mean, I found that as unbelievable as, like, that whole plan in Boys Don't Cry to be, like, a professional karaoke singer.
Listen, there was a woman playing music by squirting goat's milk. So, this movie.
So wait, you don't believe someone can be a professional mini golf player, but a professional assassin, that you do believe?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But nobody.
I think there's really only amateur mini golf tournaments. I don't think there's a professional. We should Google that. Google it now.
Probably should have before we started this, but what the hell? Just keep going.
All right, so those people, and leave 5-star ratings everywhere. You can pick what we watch and get extra per episode content by funding us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/dtswpod. And one more thing. We have a guest. Please welcome back that voice that you hear before the closing theme, the best looking person on this podcast.
Aww.
My wife, Kitt Nowokunski.
Hi.
Hi, so I'll ask the standard question. Kitt, why did you pick this film? Then you obviously hate me.
Well, I watched it when I was a little kid, and I think I loved Bette Midler and Lily Thompson, and my brothers were twins, so I was kind of like tickle pink, and I just thought it was cute, but I was also a child. I was a little girl.
I didn't realize you had twin brothers. I never heard you mention that.
Well, they're not my twins. They're 9 years older than me. So,
well, they're not.
So, yeah.
I didn't say you're twin, but they're your twin brothers. They're brothers who were twins.
Yeah, and there's no chance they were switched at birth. For one, they look a lot alike. I don't think they look exactly alike, but they're identical twins. And also, they both have little birthmarks where they were separated from each other by a little piece of skin because they were actually conjoined.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, well, my mom didn't have to go through it. Fuck it. Because they're...
adopted.
They're a family by choice. Family by...
Adoption. That's what that's called.
Yeah, this adoption. Just say adoption.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I feel like when I was a kid, I thought them being adopted was so cool. But I was like, these are my brothers; they're adopted. And I'm like, I wonder if that fucked with them. Oh, by the way, there is professional mini golf. It's also known as crazy golf. It's a competitive sport with organized tournaments and leagues.
They have competitive dancing. Of course, they have competitive.
Yeah, there's actually two different associations, the U.S. Pro Mini Golf Association and the Professional Putters Association.
Wow.
Yep. They have the U.S. Pro Mini Golf Masters National Championship.
I've always wanted to be a professional putter.
You always wanted to play golf?
No. I just like the word putter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm an amateur putterer.
Alrighty. Now, George, take us back to 1988.
Okay.
And that's the way it was.
This story isn't from 1988, when Big Business came out, but it sure as hell starts there. Joe, give us the headline.
The Mix-Up Brothers of Bogota.
This article is linked in the show notes as a New York Times gift article, and it's a long one, about a situation shockingly similar to the plot of Big Business, but realer. In 2014, two sets of brothers who had grown up believing themselves to be fraternal twins to each other learned that they were really identical twins from two different families who had been switched at birth at a small hospital in Colombia.
I hate when that happens.
Unlike the film, they each had their own name. You had Jorge and Carlos Castro and William and Wilbur Velasco. Like the film, there was something of a country-city divide in their upbringing. And like the film, the identicalness of the identicals each was apparent in more than just their looks. 50 years earlier, they may never have found out about each other. It was William's cousin's girlfriend's friend Laura that happened to work with Jorge at an engineering firm who saw William behind a butcher's counter and mistook him for Jorge. If not for those magical devices in our pockets that can take pictures and send them to people and post them to social media, it might have been a curiosity and nothing more. When she told Jorge, he was able to find William on Facebook. He might still have chalked it up to a crazy coincidence if he hadn't seen a photo with William and someone who looked exactly like his brother Carlos. That person was Wilbur. I really recommend reading the article. It's a fascinating story that gets way deeper into the mental and emotional upheaval that such a revelation can cause. It also talks about how even identical twins aren't really identical, and how we don't have a really good reliable data set for teasing out what is nature and what is nurture. There exist sets of separated identical twins who, for instance, married women with the same names or who had the same hobbies, but those tend to be the headline grabbers, and the novelty is almost certainly skewing the results. After all, identical twins who don't look perfectly identical, who get separated at birth, probably won't trigger anyone to start the kind of investigating that would lead to the discovery. For every set of visually identical twins, there's almost certainly multiple non-visually identical twins.
And then there are people who just look very much like each other, where they were twins or related in some way and they're not.
And then there's like brothers and sisters that just people mistake for twins because they look so similar.
Or
they're in the same family, they look so different. And people are like, are you guys really related? They look like your brother.
Yeah, or brother and sister that put themselves forward as husband and wife and play in a rock band.
Well, that's another story. Let's not get back.
No. They were husband and wife pretending to be brothers and sisters.
I got that exactly backwards.
Wow, that's a weird stretch when they're like, I know we're related, but let's pretend to be fucking. This won't end badly for us. Check for the article in the show notes.
It's such a weird headline for something that is basically medical malpractice. Serious medical malpractice.
Yeah, negligence.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think malpractice, you actually have to practice medicine on someone. I think this is just negligence.
Well, you gave these kids a birth, I assume, in a hospital.
It's medical misplacement. Didn't go into the garbage. Still got two babies.
No, they didn't fill them in the garbage, thankfully. Okay, George, so let's talk about big business.
All right. Take it away.
Let's get into this. All right, so this is the film summary. Let me tell you about who was on this film. This is directed by Jim Abrahams. And for the podcast, we've seen his work in Airplane. And I've seen his work in Ruthless People.
And I've seen his work in Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2.
And this is written by Dory Pearson and Mark Reed Rubel. Let's get into the blurbs. IMDb says 2 couples of sisters from New York and from the countryside discover they're connected in an incredible way. YouTube says, and YouTube has a lot to say, Bette Midler and Lilly Tomlin, the first ladies of laughter, star in this critically acclaimed box office hit about 2 sets of identical twins who are mismatched at birth. 40 years later, their paths cross amid the hustle and bustle of Manhattan, and the result is unrestrained pandemonium. New York's opulent Plaza Hotel is a setting for a wildly hilarious classic case of mistaken identities, split personalities, and double trouble. With the unparalleled comedic talents of Midler and Tomlin, 2's company, 4's a riot. Oh, that was bad.
It was a lie.
That
was a lie.
Bad. The first lie in that was that this was a critically acclaimed box office hit.
Yes, it was not that, for sure.
It was described as lukewarm reaction.
Yeah, from the crowds, but they did have people saying, "Oh, it's amazing! They're hilarious!" Like there was big hype for it, but
yeah, but people need to do that. I'm sure.
Yeah, but there's hype for it, but then there's the reaction to it.
Oh yeah, which is understandable.
But we have to actually ape for this movie because some asshole from the National Review called it a dreadful film, so we have to like it.
I'm afraid.
And I would like to also point out how dreadful it is that we're not noting any of the movies that I've seen in these characters in. I would like to point that out.
You have access to all of our scripts, including this one.
I need to be told.
You're also a guest. We generally don't really give a goddamn what the guest is saying.
Every single time
it's all about
I
us,
am
baby.
respected.
It's all about us. Nobody gives a fuck what you've unseen, all right? Let's just get that straight.
All right. I don't go to the water gun fight and all of a sudden I'm just a guest.
And by the way,
the best looking person on this podcast episode.
He's already kissed your ass. Get over it already. All right, Bette Midler and Lilly Tomlin, the First Ladies of Laughter, I strongly disagree. I like them, but First Ladies of Laughter are not who I think of when I think of Bette Midler and Lilly Tomlin. But
who do you think of?
I mean...
Oh, that's a good question. I guess when you say First Ladies of Laughter, you automatically think of, because of where I was raised at my age, Lucille Ball is the first person that comes to mind. Second would be someone like Carol Burnett. If you want to get away from redheads, more modern ladies. Oh God, I forgot the 2. Well, I wouldn't call them the First Ladies of Laughter either because they're just actors acting. But
so this would be in the late 80s, though, pushing on the 90s.
Yes. So late
Lucille
80s,
Ball
90s.
was a little dated for First Ladies. She wasn't exactly running movies in the 80s.
So I would go with then for the 80s, going into the 90s. God help me. She's a terrible person now, but at the time, Roseanne Barr was very funny.
Yeah, but
she was very funny. Both working at that time.
In the late 80s, she wasn't that popular. I was only like fucking 4 years old when this movie came out.
In the late 80s, she was in the... Wasn't Roseanne on TV? Roseanne was on TV?
No, she wasn't in TV until the 90s. Maybe she was in...
She was certainly working.
Yeah, she was doing stand-up, but she wasn't like household name.
Still.
Bette Midler, the fucking household name.
No one's
Lilly Tomlin, goddamn household name.
Bette Midler. No. Okay, let's get into this about the characters, or at least some we're going to be discussing. First,
to be discussed.
And the first up is Shady Shelton or Sadie Ratcliffe. Same person. Well, 2 different people, 1 actress, and that actress is Bette Midler. And for the podcast, we've seen her in What Women Want and Outrageous Fortune. I don't know why I did that. That's only for Ruthless People, but I feel like doing it there.
You also, actually do that for both of those every time they come up.
Do I? Huh. Don't. Outrageous Fortune doesn't have that. Ruthless People does, and she was in Ruthless People as well, which is where I saw Bette Midler. Also seen her in Get Shorty and Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
And I've seen her in The First Wives Club.
So neither of you have seen Hocus Pocus?
Nope.
I couldn't remember if I had or not, so I went with not.
Which I'd just like to remind everyone here and every listener, that's a movie where they shove 3 Jewish women into a full-size oven, like a walk-in oven. It was actually clipped out of the movie theaters in my town. Like, it was on the promos, and they were like, no, cut that shit.
Today, Trump would insist to be put back in, but that's another story. All right, Rose Shelton and Rose Ratliff. They are both played by Lily Tomlin. And I see Ms. Tomlin in Nashville, 925, All of Me, Grandma, Moving On, and I heard her in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I also seen her in I Heart Huckabees, Flirting with Disaster, Shortcuts, The Player, and The Late Show.
And I've heard her in Ponyo.
The hell is Ponyo?
It's a movie about a little fish.
Yep.
Cartoon?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Studio Ghibli movie, right?
Think so.
Yeah.
Next on our cast list is Ron Dimmick. That's the boyfriend of Rose Ratliff. And he's played by Fred Ward. And both George and I have seen him in Road Trip, and I've seen him in Shortcuts. Oh, that movie again. Thunderheart and The Player. Oh, that movie again.
And I've seen him in Tremors, The Naked Gun, 33 1/3, The Final Insult, and Sweet Home Alabama.
Next on our cast list is Graham Sherborne. He's one of the main flunkies for the Sheltons, and he's played by Edward Herrmann. And I've seen him in The Wolf of Wall Street, Hero, and The Purple Rose of Cairo. Chuck, that's the second flunky, and I think lover of Mr. Graham, is played by Daniel Gruggero. And here's a random point I want to make, ladies and gentlemen. The guy Bette Midler steals a cab from in this movie is Louis Rookeyer from an old PBS show called Wall Street Week. I doubt anybody below 50 today will know who that is, but in 1988, he would have been instantly recognized. And that's why there's a shot of him looking into the camera like that in a long shot, because people recognize his face and go, hey, that's Lou, blah, blah.
Okay.
Today, people look at it and go like, I have no idea who that is.
Like I did.
Yeah, like most cameos in movies over 20, 30 years old, I think.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. Yeah, the cameos in it were relevant at the time, and today you're like, who's that? Okay, George, before we discuss, pitch me on this movie. What is it about? And don't say 90 minutes.
That wouldn't even be my go-to smartass remark. But, okay. What if 2 sets of identical twins get born in a town with a company hospital, like we were watching Mattawan, to a rich guy who had to bribe his wife to have his children. The wife being the actress that always gets the Springtime for Hitler leitmotif whenever she shows up in a Mel Brooks film.
Okay. You're really selling this.
Yeah, I know, right? I could sell this better.
Well, with editing, the story goes a lot faster than I'm telling it. That's the magic of editing.
Yes, I don't think editing's going to help this.
No, I don't.
So, the hospital serves alcohol in the urine collection things to its staff, and the only nurse on staff is senile and can't keep things straight, so she ends up switching 2 sets of, like, one of each set of identical twins between a local family and the visiting rich family.
It's not a normal hospital. It's like a company town hospital.
Which I said.
So it's like a family thing. So they're just like, I don't know, a neighborhood clinic. And that it might have been booze, but it could have been juice. I didn't understand it was booze. I was like, oh, look at that apple juice there. When I was a kid, I probably thought that too.
Yeah, and it's not entirely clear what it is they're drinking, is it?
Yeah, it was, I think it was.
I mean, we know this urine sample.
It was absolutely booze. She poured booze into the thing.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, I guess.
Okay. Anyway, finish your pitch. So far, you're not selling me. Come on. Pick it up. Give me some.
Well, Bette Midler musically milks a cow. And
as we all have.
So these twins grow up, their parents die. The 2 that end up living in New York City end up inheriting the company that Oh, yeah, by the way, the rich father ended up buying the company that the town was basically controlled by in order to use the hospital.
Can I stop for a second?
Sure.
Is this how we're doing the summary now?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Would you like to do the summary, dear?
I mean, I guess if I could remember the movie, that would be lovely.
You don't remember the movie? Didn't you just?
No, I like on Wednesday, like last Friday.
You've seen it before, and then you said this is your second or third or whatever viewing. Surely you can remember.
No, this is my second viewing ever in my life. I saw this when I was 4, and then I saw it again like last week. But
yeah, listeners, you need to know that we're recording this almost exactly a week after we planned to record it, which is almost a week after we watched the movie.
Yeah, they're doing another recording tomorrow. So
we are?
Yes, unless we're not.
Saturday. I'm not. I will be
where's
alone.
The script for the for Big Daddy or whatever the hell the name of the movie is, because I didn't see it.
Oh no.
It's there now.
All right. So where were we at?
You can also do that.
No, I looked. I don't see it.
Yeah, because I normally do that right like when we go to record. But we didn't. And my apartment was flooding. Anyway, yes, this is how we're doing the summary. And which is why I said I'm going to need your help with this. Well, no, and then Joe, we have a couple of questions to.
Oh,
if someone listened to the program, they would know all these things already.
Gotcha.
Well, no, because
You've
we
only
haven't
been
been doing it
a short amount of
trying
time
to sell you the thing. We only did that in one episode that hasn't even dropped yet.
Don't try and defend her. She doesn't listen to the program. She just proved it. She just proved she doesn't listen.
I mean,
pitch is big business. Go ahead.
Oh,
see how much better you can do than your husband. Keep all this in. I don't want any of this taken out.
Well, a rich guy and a rich couple are going through town to buy off, what is the company, George?
They're not going to buy it. That's not why they're there.
Okay. That's what happens. They're going through this town, and a rich couple are driving through a town. The wife is pregnant.
Being driven by their chauffeur.
Oh, yeah, fair point. They were being driven. I don't know. They were in a car. And the wife is pregnant, and she is going to have the baby immediately. She clearly loves money because he's like, I guess, paid her to have a child for him, an heir or something. And the nearest hospital is far away. And they get directions from a poor person, who tells them that, there's a hospital closer, and it's this company hospital. And they go in, and there is a piss joke in there where the nurse is pouring booze, and there's some and it looks exactly like the cups with the urine samples, and there's a switch up there. So already one switch up, unfortunate thing to happen. And the doctor picks up the pee cup, and we never get a result from that.
Nope.
No, there's no reaction whatsoever. There's no looking down of going, oh, this booze is terrible. This apple juice sucks. No, because it's sterile, and he likes the taste.
No, he doesn't drink the pee.
He picks it up. Oh, and then he puts it down because there's a pregnant lady coming. You're right.
And she takes the tray into a room with somebody in it. Like, it's snack time.
And then the poor, who had given them directions, his wife kind of wanders out the house, and she's like, honey, it's time. And she's also obviously pregnant. So they go to the same hospital. And
it should be mentioned, this is a company hospital.
Yeah, it's a company hospital. Yeah. So they're like, to the rich people, they're like, nah, we can't treat you. We're fucked if we do. That's against the rules. It doesn't matter how much
you have to get we can't treat you without authorization from the owner.
Exactly. And he's like, I'll just buy the fucking company.
Goes across the street, buys the company, and comes back like, I'm your new boss.
Yep. And that's how they own, what's the company called?
Hollow Point. No, I don't. It's not Hollow.
The Jupiter fucking Hollow Company is what we're going to call it.
Sure.
Rural Jupiter Hollow, which is where they are. So, they both have the babies, which I don't think you really need too much of a descriptor of that. And then they get switched up on the way to the baby cage room.
Baby
where
cage room?
They have the tiny baby prisons in a row. Yeah.
The most unrealistic part for me with that whole thing was both the fathers being happy that they had daughters. Well, no, the rich father is happy. The poor father is not happy. In that era, I don't think either man would be happy to having a daughter.
So the rich father names the children Rose and Sadie. The poor father hears that happen and then goes to his wife like, how about Rose and Sadie?
Yeah, because she's like, you can name these little shits. And I think they were just happy to have children, Joe.
I think that if I had kids, I wouldn't just take the name of some random fuck I never met before, saying their name. I would name them from my family.
Spot.
I mean, they already had a bunch of kids. He already used up all the good names.
That's how you get names like Jamie Lee and Tara Lynn. Let's not do that.
Well, that was a great pitch. You both really sold it.
I mean,
that's not the whole. That's just the start.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah, there's more to the movie.
Well, I know there's more to the movie.
So 40 years later.
Yeah, 40 years later, you start with the poor twins, and they're at a hootenanny, and there's some bluegrass music playing, and then what's her name? Bette Midler starts to sing, and accompanied by milking a cow, which is, you know what, actually pretty fucking good. The skits in this movie are great. I don't know about the plot. But the little vignettes, not the worst.
Meanwhile, after that, Rose gets up on the platform and is like stumping to fight against the sale of the company town. Or the town's, the sole source of employment in that entire town. Because they've heard that the bigwigs up in New York City were planning to sell it.
Yeah, and they had already done what? Got rid of a bunch of nuns or something? I don't know.
Some shit.
Yeah.
No, the company has a bad reputation. The company has
they've murdered some orphans.
Not that. What they did is they laid off a bunch of Santa Claus guys.
Oh, yeah.
Was, seen as bad.
I think there was something else though too.
Yeah, but so those two sisters head up to New York to try and head off disaster. Meanwhile, up in New York, Sadie Selton up there is basically in charge of the company and just can't fucking wait to sell off Jupiter Canyon or whatever the place is. Rose. Now, so real quick, going back to Jupiter Canyon, Rose Ratliff is like really in her element in that town.
Yeah, she's a rough-talking, determined country woman.
Yeah, and Sadie is like dreaming of a life of grandeur in New York City. Yeah. Meanwhile, it's the opposite in New York City. You have Sadie running the company and just cut through.
And Rose being the dreamer that wants to live in the countryside.
And who can't walk in a straight line for some fucking reason.
The whole situation is really weird to me because Sadie Shelton it's like she has an education, but they're basically trust fund babies. So there's no need for her to be so cutthroat and vicious. It's just an excuse for her to be like, because there's no villain. She's the only villain. Her and another gentleman, sort of. But he doesn't give a fuck. He's not really a villain. He's like, I'll do shitty things to do shitty things. It's fine. The Italian,
Midler,
yeah.
The Bette Midler character, the one who lives in the city. She seems to run the company, though. It's not just that they obviously have money, but she also has more money, and that's why she runs the company. I get the impression. I mean, they act like she runs it, so she's very much in charge.
Yeah.
Well, both sisters are really.
Yeah, they can throw their weight around, but Sadie just steamrolls it, and it's just I see no substance behind her being a professional woman. It's like
I see no substance on anything that's happened.
Yeah. It's this whole movie is. Well, we can talk about that later.
Sure,
but
okay. All right, so is that your summary? Is that the...
No, because there's more.
The rest of the movie is like near misses and interacting. Everybody's interacting with everybody else's ex.
Pretty close.
And ends up with everybody else's ex.
And there is that notable couple. What were their names?
I don't fucking remember.
Notable couple?
The two gentlemen that work for the company that are following them around.
Yeah, Graham and Chuck.
And it's very much his boyfriend, because I think Chuck was like, yeah, I got this kimono from Fire Island. Because she's like, you guys are sharing a bed together? Yeah, no, they're a couple.
No, Ronnie was doing that, and then Ronnie was like, if it make y'all more comfortable, I could share the bed with you. And then they're like,
y'all are sharing a bed together.
It's hard to hide our erections right now. We can't do that.
No. It's Chuck thinks Ronnie is hot because Ronnie is buff with a fuzzy chest.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Chuck and what's his name are definitely a couple. There's no question about that. It's just that.
Yeah, but
and Ronnie
they're
is
sent to stop the country sisters from stopping the sale.
And they think that Ronifer, is
sent to actually stop the sale.
They think he's a Ratcliffe.
Yeah. And everybody, at the end of the movie, they end up
Rose's fiance, Rose has some guy propose to her, and there's some confusion with the bellboy who thinks that Sadie is the rich Sadie is hitting on him when it's actually the poor Sadie, and he gets slapped a bunch of times.
Yeah, he really gets treated unnecessarily cruelly.
Oh yeah, he's fucked.
He doesn't do anything wrong. Just like this.
He's just like he's gonna be joining a Red Pill Reddit. Like if those existed in 1988, he'd be like, women are
jumping to the man
bad. They mess with my head on purpose.
So by the end of the movie, they finally realize everybody, oh no, we're long lost sisters. But New York's Sadie is still hell bent on selling the company. So the rest of the sisters lock her in a closet. New York Rose hangs out to like keep her in that closet. And country Sadie and Rose go into the stockholders meeting to pretend to be New York Sadie. And they managed to stop the sale by convincing the shareholders that, hey, this company already looks like shit and has a terrible public reputation. And if you do this...
Remember those orphans you stabbed? Remember those seals you gutted in a playground?
Yeah. So they're like, okay, I guess we won't do this one dastardly deed so we could live to do dastardly deeds another time.
Saving this country,
somebody else's
town.
Yeah.
Someone else's town can be screwed.
And it was really, the poor Sadie had to go in and pretend to be rich Sadie, and she couldn't do it. So then poor Rose took over and did her speech to save her ass, because basically the only ones with confidence and balls were the poor Rose and the rich Sadie, and the other ones are idiots.
Yep.
It would have been hilarious, although I don't know if the audience would have gotten the joke at the time, is if it was Lily Tomlin locked in the closet, considering her sexuality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Closet jokes, they're hilarious.
No, I'm quite serious.
Elvira is gay now?
Who's gay now?
Elvira. She's been in a relationship.
She's always gay.
Well, she was always a lesbian, apparently. Well, I don't know about always, but she's in a lesbian relationship. She may be bisexual. I don't know about that. But she's in a very long-term lesbian relationship. I think I saw a meme where they're like, it's not impressive that she kept it quiet. It's impressive that her girlfriend of 8 years didn't wake up every day and tell everyone, my girlfriend is Elvira.
Okay. Any other trivia about who's sleeping with who?
But at the end of the movie, everybody ends up with everybody else's ex.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a happy ending.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Poor busboy, whatever that guy, the floor clerk, he's the only one who gets an unhappy ending.
And the homeless guy we've seen throughout the movie that's been real confused by the women passing to and from, where they shouldn't be going. Like, he's seeing doubles, like he's been going insane. He looks over and he's like, if you wait here long enough, you'll see yourself coming out. And then he finds himself face to face with a rich doppelganger. And that's the end of the movie.
That is the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Did we sell you, Joe?
No. All right, so let's get into discussion. While switched at birth still happens today, would it be possible, and you gotta get into this when you talk about the Bogota guys.
Yep.
Would it be possible that these twins wouldn't know each other exists, what with social media, cameras everywhere? These women, even in 1988, at least the poor ones would know about the rich ones, the lookalikes, right? Because these girls are in the news. They're in New York City. They run a big business. They have to have been reported on at some point.
The odds are higher now than they would have been 50 years ago.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, it's not like they're the richest. It's not like they're fucking Elon Musk. Like, I don't know and they're in completely different towns. At most, they might get covered in local news. They're not making a big splash in the news. Like, I would say they may have Googled them when they found out the company was buying them. And yeah, that probably would have. But seeing them on the company website. Yeah.
Like, they did have a tangible link to each other through the company that they own.
Yeah, so maybe if they checked the company website, that would have been, they'd have found out about it, but then it would have been a shenanigans of like, those motherfuckers look just like us.
Let's kidnap them and take their places.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's murder them.
Let's murder them and take their place. Get out of this bohunk town. Go to New York.
That's what Joe would do. You hear it on this podcast. So if anyone looks like Joe and has money, your life is in
I'm fucking
danger.
Murdering your ass.
Run.
Okay, so rural Jupiter Hollow, that's the name of the place, versus urban New York is the usual trope of New York being big and scary, while small town life is seen as wholesome. Why do films do this? There is a reason more people want to live in urban areas than small towns. But according to film...
Yeah, keep going with the point that you want this question to lead to by you writing that point afterwards and then not finishing the thought.
In the 80s, wasn't it fucking dangerous to live in New York and like go on the subway and shit?
I mean, 80s, the crime rate was not great, but it was no worse than any other city. And we still have, even back then, our crime rate was lower than places like Indiana and Mississippi.
I'm pretty sure the subways are pretty fucking dangerous.
No, the subways were pretty fucking graffiti covered, but they weren't any more dangerous than, again, walking down the street in Indiana.
Well... You have in small towns, everybody knows everybody. They can leave their doors unlocked. It's, borrow a cup of sugar from your neighbor. It wouldn't be like that now. Not at all.
But you could always do that in the city too. You knew the neighbors in your apartment building. Did you leave
your apartment building doors unlocked?
Some people do.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh yeah, my buddy Ben used to do that. But also,
But the question is, why do films do this? Because people buy it.
Yeah.
That's why.
Small town living is nice.
It's always so weird because there's more of us than there are of them. And if filmmakers constantly feel the need to kiss the ass of these little shit towns that they themselves would never be caught dead in.
Just like our entire political apparatus, Joe.
Where do rich people live? Because they can afford to live there. Further away from, like, the city or in a fucking really nice place in the city. Like, they have a country home with a bunch of cute townies living their rural idyllic lives.
They have vacation homes, but most of this stuff is still, and most of the living is still in large cities. It's not in the ideal. Yeah,
and they have their fucking vineyards and farmlands and God only knows what else. So they got country living. They appreciate it. You got, you're rich enough, you have a bunch of horses. You ain't keeping your horse in your penthouse.
On the weekdays, all right.
They got boats, Joe. Boats.
Oh, you have you're a rich thing with you and your adoption.
You know, it only costs like about $15 for my brothers to get adopted. It was
What?
in the 70s. Yeah.
$15
Yeah, it was just like
for two
processing of
children.
paperwork. Yeah, for 2 kids.
These are white children?
Yep.
Yeah, they had to be raised in a Catholic home.
There's no way that was $15. Not
It was
white
like
babies.
it was in the 1970s. It
I
wasn't
don't
like
like the 70s.
well, they were 4 years old. Like so, it was just like a state thing. They were relinquished to the state.
So the state had a vested interest in getting them into the house. The state
back
wasn't
then
trying to make money off them. They were trying to stop losing money on them.
Yeah, now it's how much are you willing to pay to these adoption agencies that these women are selling their children to? Kind of, they're not giving up their kids to the state. You know, when you, yeah, it's a different situation. Really? So what I'm saying is those girls, you ladies, who if you're giving up a baby to fucking an adoption agency, get that quiche. Get the cash because they making it.
So they are now. Although I always thought the money really didn't so much go to the agencies as the lawyers being.
Yeah.
That's where the real money was.
Yeah, back then I guess it was just like change of guardianship, because they were already gave up their guardianship to kids. Is like I said, we were legally forced to be Catholic just to have my brothers. I had to grow up in a Catholic church. Otherwise, I guess my parents wouldn't have bothered. So that's crazy.
Okay, so we mentioned a bit about the gay couple. Why do you think they're there? Is
It's
it
a
just to be
joke.
inclusive, or
No.
no,
It was nothing so high-minded as to be inclusive. It was there to be a joke.
True, yeah. I think maybe it was a little bit of a nod, but I don't think it was maybe, it's not like they had well, I mean, actually, they had the only well-rounded male characters.
that's probably true. I mean, Ron has some,
Yeah, but he's an idiot.
but most of them. You're right, though. Most of the male characters are not.
The men in this movie have about as much depth as that Ghostbusters reboot with the ladies. Which
Have you
is
seen
none
that?
at all. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
No, I haven't.
I mean, I love the people that are acting in it. The ladies that are acting in it, love it. But it's a terrible movie, and the characters in them are pretty, it's a bad plot. It's a real bad plot. But it is what it is.
But back to this one and these two. So you think they're there just to be a joke, George?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no, I
yeah.
do not for one second believe that there was any kind of trying to be representative of any. No, it was for humor.
It's
But at the same time, I didn't find them particularly homophobic. I mean, I can.
No, I
wasn't
don't think it was homophobic. I think it was a joke like, oh, you sweet. I think it was more like a joke for the gay guys, to be honest. I don't think it was I think there was some gay writer who was like, I got this kimono at Fire Island and this idiot doesn't get it. This country rube is such a sweet summer child that he's like, and he offers to sleep in the bed with one of them and have the other one, one of them still sleeping in the bed. No one wants to sleep on the couch. You go on the fucking couch.
That would have been weird. Also, you gotta look. I mean, look, it's a comedy, so it's supposed to be laughing, haha. But I don't care how countrified you are, you wouldn't know what homosexuality is. It would be completely. It wouldn't be completely across empty in his head. Like, well, these two guys share a bed. Maybe there's more to this. They're both adults. If there were two children sharing a bed, okay. But two adult men who can afford to have separate beds?
I don't know. Well, he was unexpected, to be fair. I think they only had the other room that was taken by the other Rose and Sadie. Because they got 2 separate rooms.
Yeah, why... I got the impression these guys lived in New York City. Why were they staying in the hotel?
They were trying to keep a rein in on who they thought was going to be coming to disrupt the sale.
Right.
Yeah, so they just got a room, and he was there to find Rose and Sadie, and Rose and Sadie were in the hotel, so they just booked a fucking place because that's where they were going, and they were also the sisters were also there, so they needed to be close to them. It was necessary that everybody be at this fucking hotel.
Like
we didn't get him into the Italian investor who was supposed to buy the company.
We can't.
And he and Rich Sadie are like they're just being evil at fucking dinner.
They end up together.
Yeah, they end up together. Like, everybody ends up with the other person's ex, and that's why these men are also upsetting. Because it's like, oh, this woman works. And these women are like, I met this guy yesterday. What a dreamboat. I'll take this other, like, they don't, there's no discussion of, oh, what? You want to date my twin? Like, I've seen Am I the Assholes, like, on the YouTubes. That never works out. That's how you get stabbed. That's how you get stalked. That's how you get your whole family, like, yelling at you outside your house. You do not date your twin's ex. You especially don't do it 4 different ways, because someone's going to get mad.
That's why you have to kill them and take their place.
Exactly.
That's the way they did it on the soap operas. One Life.
Run, Doppelganger, run!
They'd always try and bump off the twin, or, for some reason they would have kidnapped the twin and had them in a basement instead of killing them, which seems like a lot more effort to put in. But
well, because you don't want to kill off they're the same character.
With the same actor or actor.
Same actor. It's so they can be rescued.
Yeah, I know, of course. One of my favorite, we're just going to go off on tangent.
And I get fucking double billing, bitch.
One of my favorite scenes from Dynasty was when Crystal Carrington gets kidnapped by her twin, and she's kept in a basement, and she has like a little bit of dirt on her face. But she looks spectacular. She's like chained to the wall. She looks beautiful. She's like, help me. She looks so hot. It is so ridiculous. I laughed so hard when I saw that.
I think they did that.
In Zero Danger.
They did that in Passions, I think, too. You know, the show with the
Oh, was that with the witches?
Yeah, there was one witch, and she had this doll named Timmy.
Was that the short guy?
Yeah, the dude with congenital dwarfism.
Right.
And he died really, like, on the same day as the last episode of the show that he aired on, which is creepy. But completely coincidental, because he left the show because he was in very bad health.
But so she had a twin, or she made twins?
I don't know. There was some chick stuck in a well for some reason. I remember that, and I'm like, look at this smudgy chick. She's pretty. Why is she smudgy in a ball gown?
Hilarious. You got any twin stories, George?
My dad.
What soap operas did you ever watch?
I don't know, but my dad is a fraternal twin.
Ah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Lame. Identical twins are real twins. Fraternal twins just had some fluids together.
Okay, thank you for that. And
just like that. Just like that category on Pornhub.
You're
you
on
can
a
cut
real
it out.
tear today, lady.
No. He's the one that did a callback and refused to cut it out.
I mean, I haven't done the edit yet. We're still recording.
Yeah, you can completely edit it out.
Okay, so what was your favorite comedic moment in this picture? You first, Kitt. Yeah, that's my answer too.
Right? Mostly I was just like, those are really cute shoes. Wow, I want them. Like
wow, I'm much more heterosexual than I realized. I didn't notice any shoes. I can tell you what shoes anybody was wearing.
Yeah, the ones she threw away and got sneakers. There were these beautiful, like, jelly, like they were gel shoes with like red polka dots on them. I was like, I would punch a bitch for those shoes. And she's like, fuck these. Like, I was very upset those country girls had at least Sadie had a really expensive country wardrobe. Like, her shit was fancy. And they're walking. One thing I didn't like was they were walking around like they were poor. But, you know, the poor Rose dressed like, I mean, country casual, but still like money casual.
Yeah, it's hard to believe they were all that poor. Weren't. Everybody looked pretty fantastic.
They weren't. I mean, she was dating a professional mini golfer, Joe.
That's where some cash comes in, sure.
Oof. Who
Should have
just
had a crossover with Lucky Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, right.
My favorite comedic moment was when the homeless guy met his doppelganger because it meant the movie was over.
Okay. You know what? I take it back. My favorite moment, I got this kimono at Fire Island. That's my favorite moment.
Yeah, my actual favorite moment was in that same scene. It was the stuff being played for the gay joke. Like, it was the I could sleep in the bed if it'll make you guys more comfortable.
You know what I think, I don't want to say disturbed me or bothered me, but the thing that stood out for me that I've noticed, and this is why I said the inclusive thing, because they still do this in films. They'll have gay characters, and they'll say, oh, and they'll find that they're gay, or they'll just straight up say they're gay, and yet they will have no physical contact.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh.
I mean, not even so much as a hand holding, like, oh, that's interesting, okay. Oh, look how, that's why I said the inclusive. Oh, look how inclusive. We got gay characters in her. They won't do anything that is remotely like they're a couple.
Have you seen
characters?
Have you seen Our Flag Means Death? Oh my gosh, go watch it. It's hilarious. These two pirates, one is like this, rich idiot who basically pays to become a pirate, and the other one is like fucking Blackbeard.
It is Blackbeard.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said he's like fucking Blackbeard.
Or was he fucking Black?
Yeah. Well, no, but like they start this relationship where like there's it's Blackbeard's like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna take his money, and he's like, they become so enmeshed with each other, and like at one point they're like about to die and they're face down on the deck, and you see them like just move their fingers to each other and they touch, and I'm just like, oh, like it's all the feels for me. Like they're clearly in love with each other. It's wonderful. I'm really upset that show got canceled. Yeah.
That was produced by the guy who gave us
Taika Waititi or whatever.
Yeah, Waititi.
Yeah, we're good at names. The dude who does What We Do in the Shadows,
right.
Which I also love.
I loved What We Do in the Shadows, although its final episode wasn't that.
Yeah, I didn't watch the last season because I don't have Hulu anymore.
But now Hulu is Disney. Now, if you have Disney, you have Hulu.
Yeah, that would be nice. I could watch the new Star Trek stuff.
All right, back to this movie.
Or Wars.
My comedic moment was 0. I did not like this film at all. So why don't we get into, does it still work? Again, since you're the guest, Kitt, we'll start with you.
I mean, obviously it wouldn't work because of websites. Like it would be over in a second that they'd look and see if there's a doppelganger twins. I don't think that now they would have that much control in what I would assume is a publicly traded company. I don't think it would work.
George?
Yeah, it wasn't funny enough for a comedy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is really fucked up. When I was a kid, I remember the moment I loved was them doing that when they first see each other in the mirror. Mm-hmm. When they do that, when they go to the bathroom at the hotel,
right
near the end, near the very fucking end of the movie, and they do like the whole. Is that me? Like I love that. But keep in mind, I was probably like 4 to 6 years old. I thought that was fantastic and delightful. That is
a very old joke.
I also thought that was the beginning of the movie, and I didn't remember the rest of it, so I assumed the rest was them getting to know each other. This is not the case. That did not happen.
You know that's an old joke, right? With the whole mirror thing where you.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I've seen it in a shit ton of places. It's not like it's new and novel. But that's what I remember from my childhood. And I thought that was the beginning of the movie. I thought the movie was completely different.
Now, if anyone who's ever watched this podcast knows, I'll forgive anything if it's funny enough. Because I did not go into seeing Blues Brothers or the Adam Sandler pictures that we've seen thinking I'm going to love this. Oh, yeah. And I did because they made me laugh.
Yeah, of course.
If you're a comedy and you make me laugh a lot, I'm going to like you, even if it doesn't work as a film. It's like, it's stupid, it's whatever, I don't care. It's a comedy.
That's
win.
why Blues Brothers is really popular. That's why Happy Gilmore was really popular. But Adam Sandler, basically, he throws shit at the wall and sees what sticks. And, Happy Gilmore is one of those things. I hear the new one sucks balls.
Yeah, I'm never going to see it. Or even something like Spaceballs, which, again, something I hadn't seen. George told me about it. I was like, I'll see. I mean, I like Mel Brooks, but honestly, I laughed my ass off. Like, good movie to me. Again, if you're a comedy and making me laugh,
and
win.
A shit ton of people love that fucking movie.
What's that? I'm sorry?
And a shit ton of people love that fucking movie.
Yeah. But I did not love this movie. Big Business does not work for me.
No.
Not funny enough. Not interesting enough. I like Lily Tom. I like Bette Midler. But as a comedic duo, they are not the first ladies of comedy.
I think it's, you know what, honestly, I think it works as a series of vignettes. And that's about it. Like some of them. But I don't think it works as a movie, no. Like, if there was a skit show where they were like, these switched at birth twins, and these were skits in a skit show where, like, they just keep missing each other, and, like, at the Hootenanny where some chick's doing fucking cow milking, I could see that being funny, but not as a movie. No, not at all.
That would probably only really be funny if it was live. Because I remember I saw, what was that guy's name who was on Perfect Strangers?
Balky Bartakamus?
No, the one who was about the other one. David Bark Blaine, whatever his
I hear he was a douche. Yeah, or maybe I'm imagining it.
I saw him play his twin on stage, and it was hilarious the way they did it. Because one minute he'd come in, he'd be talking to the other, then he'd come in as the other character. The way they did it was very inventive. That I can see as being hilarious. Yeah, on stage, pretending to be your twin can be very funny because everyone knows it's the same actor. And the inventive ways they have of him coming in and out of the room and then talking to himself, it was just very clever the way they did it. And so, but this movie was not clever.
I find the theater boorish.
Philistine.
It's Philistine.
You deserve Jersey. That's why you're in Jersey. Stay there. Stay in Jersey.
I was just actually thinking today how I'm like, I really would love to be in a Shakespearean play. Wonder where I could be in a Shakespeare. I don't know. Fucking, I could do Midsummer Night's Dream again. And she'd be like, give me Helena. I already have forgotten the lines.
I don't even know who Helena is.
She's the less pretty.
This is going to be the best podcast ever.
Yep.
Our best episode. We're just going all over the place. No, finish your thought. I'm sorry.
There's like basically the mortals in the play are these two couples, and like one is mad because Helena is mad because the other bitch is like everyone thinks she's so fair and pretty.
Is that her title in the show? The other bitch.
I don't remember. I remember. You know what I remember? I remember my name. And I remember that there was like a little scene where basically I was expressing like, "Hey, I'm fucking beautiful too. What the fuck? What the fuck is up with this? Am I not as comely?"
Wait, your name is your character, or your name is your real name, Kitt?
No. The character's name is Helena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking
could have been a Kitt.
Titania or Oberon or any of that.
All right, George, what's up next?
Well, before we do what's up next, we have a script, Joe.
There's nothing wrong with ad-libbing. You should try it sometime.
You weren't even ad-libbing, though. You were just skipping a part of the script.
Ad-libbing is like 100% of your show now.
Well, like I said, George, what's up next?
What is
did I skip?
Immediately above that?
Thanks, Kitt.
All right.
Kitt, are you doing anything?
I don't know why we couldn't do that and then thank Kitt, but okay.
I got nothing I'm doing. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Sure. What do you guys have for dinner?
Oh, we had Chinese.
Chinese, yeah.
What kind of Chinese food?
He had his, as always, boneless spare ribs, which is something. And I made them make me spicy beef and broccoli, which is my Chinese food tester meal. If they fuck that up, then I don't trust them to make actual Chinese food. They were okay. It's fine.
All right. So again, thank you, Kitt, for being here and
Thanks,
helping
babe.
us out. So George, what's up next?
Next episode is a Patron's Choice episode, and we'll be talking about Black Swan from 2010. So Joe gets his sex scenes. Thanks, patrons. The patrons voted on that film out of a mental health-themed roster of 3.
Yes.
If you want to vote, but are not a patron, you can fix that by becoming one at patreon.com/DTSWpod.
And let's not pretend I'm the only one who liked that scene, clearly because the patrons voted for it.
I don't really remember. I might have even saw it with that scene cut out. But I hear there's some sexiness on there. I was like, these bitches doing ballet and one's going insane. I'll pass. Is she really I could be stoned right now.
I wish I were stoned right now.
Me too.
I will be after this. Anyway, so I guess that's it for this episode. I'm Joe Dixon. Thanks for listening.
I'm George Romacka. Thanks for listening indeed, because if a podcast drops and there's no one around to hear it, it's just another collection of ones and zeros that doesn't matter.
You've been listening to Does This Still Work? Produced by Joe Dixon and George Romacka.
This content is CAN credentialed, which means you can report instances of harassment, abuse, or other harm on their hotline at 617-249-4255 or on their website at creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org.
The hosts can be reached via social media, email, or the contact page at dtswpod.com. Be good to yourself and others, because that still works.
Joe, before you keep going,
Drink some water.
what? Yeah, well, get some water, but also, what is squeaking?
Oh, that may be my chair.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's you. I thought it was me.
No, it's
I'm like staying real still.
every time you move in the slightest, I hear a duck fighting for survival.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to be still.
Dear Meg, for 17 years I have loved a man from a distance.
Since we're on the topic of red flags, do you want to take out a second to discuss my love life, or you don't want to do that?
Dear Dr. Brothers, because of a death in the family, I'll soon be seeing my 3 brothers and my mother again after many years. Dear Ann Landers, several years ago I read your column about a situation that I thought could never happen to me.